Okay, Stephen here, and for today's topic, we're going to talk about investing by adding value. So for this topic actually is talking about for people who want to, if you want to invest in the type of property, which means is residential or commercial or both together, mixed together to invest. So when you talk about investing, the first thing sure you're going to look at right property. You're gonna find the right property. Well, so what is the criteria, what's the type, and then what is the ROI, the profit of the right property? So we can talk here and for today's topic. So first, actually, when you go and look at any residential property, commercial property, maybe some of you will think about go and buy and then fix it and then sell it. That what for that type of property, what we call is flipping. Then and from this topic for today actually is talking about for you to generate cash flow for you annually or every month and annually for you. That's the target point from this book. So actually when you go and pick about the property, actually there are few class that you can look at it. For example, for class A property, the property is actually less than 10 years and in a great condition. That's class A. So the class B is the property age around is less than 20 years, then the condition of the property is normal. Then the class C, the property actually is less than 30 years but quite in bad condition. That's class C, but still can fix it. So the class D condition is the worst condition, so that actually the condition of the property is more than 30 years and even worse, and their problem is, which means that you cannot fix that problem actually, and it's broken or settlement problem is too worse already for that kind of property. So from this book, the author suggests that you're going to choose the class C property, go and invest, which means that the property actually is in quite bad condition, but their condition maybe got some broken, anything else, but still can fit it. But you can add, so that you can add value on it and improve it. That's why in class C property actually, the price you can negotiate will be much more lower than the other else property. So before you want to move into it and find that property, the first you must become you're gonna know your area, which area you want to target, and be an expert in that in your area. So that for example, if you live in any area, try to start with the area that you know. Don't try go and pick the area that you don't know and then you just simply blinding and go and invest. That's very dangerous for you. And you choose the way that you already know, so that you can know the market well, so you can control and handle it more easily. That's the first thing you're gonna know. So step 2, stay out the least expensive section within the area, which means that you try to look for the problem property, because if you look for the problem property, actually their price is quite lower, so that you can go and negotiate and can get more cheaper price. That's for you, because you're gonna choose the property got problem, not just a big problem, which means that problem actually you can fix it. You still can fix it. Maybe some broken windows or the glass tool, or the building owner wanting to retire, they want to move everything else. Choose that problem, which means that you can fix it, so you can be more easily when you want to sell after that, or you want to rent it out for other people. So that's very important. And always stay positive, be present and focus, put in your time, go and look at it, and don't be put off by market condition, which means that every market, when you go and study it, make sure you know your numbers and then you know your market well, so that you can go and move it. When you want to do some opportunity search, actually you can try to start with your network. You can go with connect with a lot of investor, the property investor, real estate agents, real estate broker, or real estate lenders, attorney, lawyers, CPA, or property management company, which means that if you go and connect this kind of people, that you can easily find opportunity, because you can look around with a lot of property, so for you to easily go and find a property that you want, and there's opportunity for you. So when coming into investing in property, you're gonna know your criteria and analysis. So what about the criteria is, the first you're gonna know your criteria is you need to do leverage, which means that you go and leverage with bank, and for you is much more better if you can put less money of your down payment and get more leverage from the bank. So that's better you go and try some different bank and go get much more lower interest rate. That's very, very important. So you seek for, next is you seek for positive cash flow, which means that the every month rental that you can get from you is actually higher than the monthly installment of your property. That's very important. So next is double digit cash on cash return. You're gonna know how much your cash will be returned to you. For example, if you put 20,000 K for invest in for deposit, and then you go and do the loan, so that you go and rent it out for the property. So you're going to calculate it, how long can it take for you to get back the property. For example, if you put 20K and for a year, and then you collect the rental net, and you're gonna know your income 20K, so that period is 1 year, you get back your money. So if that 2 years or 3 years, you're gonna know that's better you get 1 year, you get back your cash from the first you put into the property. So the next thing is you're gonna know is capitalization rate of 7% or higher, which means that you're gonna calculate it, the property that you go and invest, that the cash flow you get annually total up is 7% you can get. For I give you an example, is for you, if you go and purchase a property with 100K, so that 1 year you're gonna collect a rental, net rental, divide all the expenses, you get 7,000, which means that 7%. So for example, if you buy a property which means is 100K, and then you get 10,000 a year, so which means it's 10%, that's a great deal for you. There's more bet up and be more than 7%. That's what you're going to look at. And then gross rent multiple of 9 or lower, which means that when you look at the property, for example, you have few property, choose the property which means when in the same location, same area, you choose with the much more lower price, and which means that property can get more higher rental. So just like that. The next is SWOT, which means that every property, when you look at it, they should have their strength, their weakness, the opportunity, and the threat. And then for this SWOT, you're going to look at it very detailed, or you can study it. This is a guideline for you. Go and study your property. So after that, you're going to know your trends. Know your trend, which means that which area in future they will be a trend. For example, now whether in your market, your area, the people who looking for the property is want to have a service apartment or condo, or they more prefer on landed property, so that you can know the trend of your area, of your market. Then you're gonna always observe what's going on surround you, so that you will know better what people like and what they seeking out to look at. And the next thing you're gonna improve yourself is by reading. You can always go and watch some videos or read some real estate books, so that you can improve yourself. You much more better. Then the next thing is demographic. You're gonna know your demographic, which means that you're gonna know the area of your surrounding of the population, then how much their income rate, what is their numbers, everything else. You're gonna know your population, and you're gonna know the city, the area, the people around there, got any employment or not, got any business, got school, everything else. You're gonna study it, think about it. From you want to know your repertoire, you can go nowadays, you can go Google it, you can go and research so they can find the numbers for you. So normally if you go into investing, actually there are more female will buy property than male, and the higher percentage of the single and the married is for the people who are single. Actually they more prefer to rent the property, but for the people who are around getting married, for example, is about the 25 to 30 plus years old above, they are more prefer to buy and hold, so that this percentage is normal percentage. And you're gonna know the annual income of the people, for example, is lower than 40k a year. Maybe that kind of people, they prefer to rent the property. So you're gonna know the stability, profitability of the area of the employer, which means that got any job opportunity at your area or not, got any people they are seeking for job, everything else. All you're gonna know. The smart more, you're gonna know that labor market. When you come into the area surrounding, you study, you already know your criteria to look at the property. Then you guys know about your location. So you're gonna study location. There's a few questions that you need to ask yourself when you go and look at the location, which location you want to fly. The first thing is how close is it to public transportation. Any transport, is it nearly MRT, near LRT, or got any bus station or all, and that is very public transportation. Then the next is what's the city plan in that particular area, if there any future development or not, and how close is it to the parks, any parks there, the playground, everything else, something which one can play and go and do some exercise, everything else. And the next thing is you're gonna know the area actually got school or not, because you're gonna know that people, when they want to rent your property, their son or their daughter, they sure want to go to school, everything else. Or you can rent your property for student. Then is that the next thing is you're gonna know that is that any shopping mall or restaurant there, so that people can go and shopping and have their dining. So the more simple first question for you, you just ask yourself, if for you want to live there or not, you want to invest in there or not. So you go and study it, then you feel by yourself. If yourself want to live there, okay, that's much more better. The next thing is, after you know your criteria and then know your location, how to study, but you can have form a great team to surround yourself, not just move along by yourself. Because if you have a great team, actually it's very easily for you, because everyone can play their part. Or for example, if you can partner with a lawyer, and then lawyer do their lawyer job, then the real estate agent, real estate broker, they can search the property for you, and the contractor, construction, everything else, they can do the renovation or can fix out the property. So you surround yourself with the talent, so you can easily to do your work and then get your investment. So the last part is you're gonna know is actually problems equal to opportunity. For example, is that find the problem, got the property which means have the problem, you go and solve the problems so that it will become your opportunity. Just like what Elon Musk say, our income is directly proportional to the problem we can solve. So from this book, for today's topic, essentially you go and look at the property which means have problem, you go and solve the problem so that become your cash flow. That's much more simple for today, and hope you learn it and you can find your property. See you.